Imagine walking into school every day, invisible. No one waves, no one calls your name, no one even notices if you sit alone. That was Madison's reality until she decided to change it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Melika Stories. If you're new here, this channel brings you inspiring high school tales of courage, growth, and transformation. Stick around, today's story is about going from zero friends to the president of the student council. Madison never blended in. Her quiet presence in the back corner of class made her feel like a shadow. But one afternoon, Caleb, the sharp yet quiet boy, walked over and handed her a small handmade notebook. Inside were sketches of ideas, little plans for projects, and notes on leadership. Scribbled across the first page were the words, "For someone who dares to make a difference." That notebook sparked something inside her. Madison began setting tiny goals each day, helping a classmate with homework, picking up trash in the hallway, or simply greeting someone who looked lonely. It didn't earn her applause, but slowly, those small actions stitched her into the fabric of school life. Meanwhile, posters for the student council election appeared everywhere, all featuring Logan, the school's most popular student, the obvious frontrunner. Madison glanced at her notebook and wondered, could I do it too? Could I lead, even if no one expects it? Her answer was a quiet, determined yes. Day by day, Madison's notebook filled with new plans. Each morning, she wrote down one action: start a recycling box in the hallway, share notes with someone who missed class, or ask for suggestions on how to improve the cafeteria. Caleb analyzed every idea with precision, pointing out what would work best. Then came Zara, bubbly, social, always laughing. She caught Madison sorting through a pile of posters and offered her help. Soon, the three of them became a small team. Their first campaign was called Small Acts, Big Change. They left encouraging sticky notes on lockers, organized mini cleanup sessions, and even arranged a buddy lunch table for anyone eating alone. The impact was tiny at first, but it was real. Not everyone was happy, though. Logan noticed the whispers spreading about Madison's new efforts. As the most admired student, he didn't want competition. He began dismissing her actions as attention grabs and spread subtle rumors that she couldn't handle real responsibility. Instead of arguing, Madison doubled down on her work. She and her team organized a Friday assembly where students shared short stories of kindness they had experienced. Teachers showed up, curious. Students came, skeptical. Yet as one by one stood and spoke about how those small acts changed their days, the room shifted. If you're enjoying this story so far, hit subscribe and give this video a like. Drop a comment telling me, do you believe small actions can create big change? And don't forget to share this video with a friend, it helps a ton. By the end of that assembly, no one could deny that Madison's efforts were sparking something powerful. Momentum grew quickly. Students who once walked past Madison without a glance now waved at her in the hall. The recycling boxes filled faster than expected, and the buddy lunch table was crowded every day. Madison's team had transformed from 3 people into a movement. Still, the student council election loomed closer. Madison faced an uphill battle. Logan had years of popularity, the confidence of a natural speaker, and posters plastered across every wall. She had a notebook, a growing group of supporters, and a belief that real leadership meant service. Late one night, Madison flipped through the pages Caleb had helped her organize. She found Zara's doodles of campaign slogans, lists of student concerns, and notes on problems like broken vending machines or unfair club budgets. For the first time, she realized they weren't just doing random acts, they were building a vision for the entire school. On election day, Madison stood nervously on stage. Logan gave his speech first, promising bigger events, more dances, and fun like never before. His words drew cheers. Then came Madison's turn. She clutched the notebook, took a deep breath, and began not with promises, but with stories. She told of the student who finally found friends at the buddy lunch table, of the shy freshman who gained confidence after joining a cleanup event, of how change begins in small steps, but grows into something unstoppable. For the first time, the entire auditorium leaned in, listening. The room fell silent after Madison's speech, and for a heartbeat she thought she had failed. Then applause erupted, not the thunderous cheer Logan usually commanded, but genuine, building, spreading across the auditorium. Teachers nodded approvingly. Students exchanged looks, whispering, "She actually gets it." The weeks that followed were a whirlwind. Ballots were handed out, debates filled the cafeteria, and Madison's campaign gained traction. Caleb managed logistics, making sure every vote counted. Zara brought color, turning campaign tables into hubs of laughter and excitement. Madison herself? She stayed grounded, talking one-on-one with students about their concerns. Logan didn't back down easily. He ramped up his campaign with flashy giveaways and promises of pizza parties. But behind the glitter, students began noticing the difference. Logan entertained, Madison listened. Logan promised, Madison acted. One afternoon, as the results were about to be announced, Madison sat quietly with her notebook. She whispered to herself, "No matter what happens, I'm proud of this journey." Caleb squeezed her shoulder and Zara grinned. "Win or lose, you've already changed the school." The principal stepped onto the stage, envelope in hand. The crowd hushed, the tension thick. Madison's heart pounded so loudly she barely heard the first part of the announcement. But then came the words that made her breath catch. "Your new student council president is Madison Carter." The gym exploded with cheers. She wasn't invisible anymore. She was a leader. Standing on stage, Madison felt the weight of every lonely lunch and silent hallway she had endured. But instead of bitterness, she felt gratitude. She smiled, waved, and when the microphone was handed to her, she said only one thing: "Leadership is not about being the loudest voice. It's about lifting others so their voices can be heard." From that day forward, the school changed. Clubs received fair budgets. The buddy lunch table became permanent. Recycling stations spread across every floor. Madison, once the girl with no friends, now walked through the halls greeted by countless smiles. Caleb stayed by her side, the quiet strategist. Zara became her closest friend, her laughter echoing at every council meeting. Even Logan, humbled by defeat, eventually admitted, "You really were the better choice." But most importantly, students realized something bigger. Leadership could come from anyone, even the quietest person in the room. Madison's journey was proof that small acts, when multiplied, can transform an entire community. And for you watching, remember this: no matter how invisible you may feel today, your actions have the power to ripple outward and inspire change. Thank you so much for watching this story on Melika Stories. If it inspired you, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and share it with friends who might need a boost. Don't forget to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. From zero friends to student council president, Madison proved that courage and kindness can rewrite your story.